Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I saw a video on TikTok the other day, which I wanted to comment on. I thought it was kind of brilliant. Basically, it was a graphic designer going around screen printing more accurate logos and slogans on some of the big supermarket chains in Australia. Now, with Woolworths, he replaced the fresh food people, their slogan, the fresh food people, with the price gouge people, which is more accurate. And he replaced the down, prices are down logo with a newer, more accurate logo which said down, morality is down on the Coles stores. And unfortunately, I mean, this video, and it got 500,000 views. That's good, but it's not as high as I thought it would be. But still, he's making an impact. It made it on the news. And it's just sad the state that we're in. We are ruled over by two main supermarket chains, Coles and Woolworths, and both of them are working in unison, in my opinion, to rip off the public with a fake cost of living crisis which doesn't exist. Now, there were some issues, when we had the you-know-what a couple of years ago, where there were some supply chain issues, but they were only temporary. And basically, they've used that as an excuse, in my opinion, to hike up the prices way more than they need to be to recover any possible expenses they would have had. And they're posting multi-billion-dollar profits. And it's all coming at our expense because we're not just paying for those extra expenses, we're actually just paying because they can make us do it, basically. They know this. If the two chains work together, if one chain did it, everyone would just go to the other chain. But if the two of them work in unison, the country is screwed. Now, there are some smaller chains out there who apparently, even though they have less volume of supplies and that, they are able to procure their stock without the same sort of price issues that the larger chains are doing. Apparently, they can't get their stock, for a decent price, so they have to charge us lots and lots of money. Whereas these other smaller companies that do less volume apparently can do it somehow, maybe because they're not all working together. But yeah, it's just really disappointing and sad to realise that there are people who literally can't afford to eat anymore. They can't afford the prices that they used to be. Now, I didn't really notice this was happening on one level because I'm not a big eater, as you can tell from how thin I am. Mind you, if you look at my early YouTube videos, you can see I actually wasn't this skinny before. But yeah, I usually eat very basic food, and I usually buy the store brand anyway. So I noticed the price increase, but I didn't realise how much more it was on brand items. Apparently, a block of cheese is $20 now. Things like that are just impossible. There was a lady who did a video about the fact she can't eat cheese anymore because it costs $20. And you can go from one store to another and see a difference of $7, $8, $9 in products and stuff like that. And there are smaller chains that do exist, and the argument now is go to them, ignore Woolworths, ignore Coles, and go to your local person, and because they're not going to rip you off, because they are working against the main. They have to be the competition. So there's some hope, but not everyone has availability of those, because we were warned years ago that these big chains were forcing out the smaller franchises now, and the individual stores. Like when I grew up, we had an elderly couple who used to run a little mini supermarket out of the front room of their house, and we used to go there for our fruit and vegetables and stuff like that before we'd go to the bigger stores for the rest of our items now. But that sort of thing is kind of gone now, and it's just really sad. It's just really sad because there should be some government body to oversee this and make sure that the supermarkets, the chains, don't do this. They don't exploit situations or just make up situations that don't exist to gouge the public. I thought price gouging was illegal, but apparently if you're a giant corporation with lots of money, you can do it. So it's sad, it's disgusting. I really celebrate this guy doing this. He's holding up a mirror to these companies that don't like what they see. They should change it rather than trying to punish him. But unfortunately, capitalist society, apparently this is what you're supposed to do. If you can rip people off, if you can make money off of other people and their suffering and their misfortune, or just make up situations that don't exist just, to profit, apparently you're great, you're smart, we should want to be like you. That's where our culture's going, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know where this is going long term, but it's affecting a lot of people. People who food and dining is very important. For me, I don't care so much, it doesn't hurt me as much, but other people, it's really hurting them in the pocket when they have to. And I've noticed some of the items I would normally buy, the store brand ones, now are selling out a lot because people are being forced to buy the no-name brands, which they would never have done before. So yeah, it's disgusting, and I'm proud of this guy, and I fully support him continuing to do this. I think other people should do it. Someone else is putting up signs in the stores basically saying, yeah, we're ripping you off, we're liars, we're fake, and they'd be stuck along with the sale signs, and they were designed exactly the same, and they look exactly the same. And I thought that was brilliant as well, and I fully support that.